So as the title says on here, I'm going to. It's about what you think about the World Cup. The real racing grows in the background, but it's the World Cup is obviously the big thing, and a couple of real good talking points today. Just see what your thoughts are of the World Cup so far. What teams you reckon might win it and stuff. You got to love a bit of the World Cup. There is the garage. That sounds a bit loud, that, for some reason. I don't really know why. Obviously today we've had Germany go out, which is brilliant. Brazil got lucky, as they always do. Yeah, I reckon England, obviously I'm English, but I really reckon England will win it this year. I've said it every single World Cup I can ever remember, but this year, I mean it this year, more than I have meant it before. England have got a brilliant team, and I don't know about you, but I think most of the teams in the World Cup are actually pretty crap. Yeah, Germany, that is brilliant news, isn't it? Senegal, the game just now, the Brazil-Serbia game, I was quite surprised with Brazil and Serbia. If Serbia had a striker, they'd have beaten Brazil. They've done pretty well getting it into the box and stuff. But that Mitrovic, he's strong and he's a good header of the ball. Apart from that, he's rubbish. But if they had a decent striker, they'd have won. And Brazil, I thought, only played well when they did go 2-0 up. But I say, I think if Serbia had a decent striker, Brazil would have got beat tonight. But they are good at showboating when they've. But it's easy, isn't it? When you're winning 2-0, it's easy to play well, isn't it? Nigeria, they've gone out, and I'm glad they went out. They went out yesterday, didn't they? Pretty sure it was yesterday they went out. Didn't want them to do any good. Terrible team. Suppose their big name is that right winger. No, right back. What's his name? Plays for Liverpool. Or Chelsea, is it? Oh, I can't remember his name now. Anyway, he's about their only decent player, scored the penalty, but it's funny, about a few World Cups ago, they was all sort of saying about they reckon an African team would definitely win the World Cup within the next couple of so the next 3 World Cups, but that doesn't seem to material. See, I think the African teams look to me like they've gone backwards. But I think it's pretty much the same with most teams these days. I just don't think there's a great deal of talent about in world football. Not when you think about some of the players that have been about. No, I don't mean like years ago, but it just seems to be just not so much talent. I mean, the big names at the moment, you've got Neymar. I don't rate Neymar at all. I think he's just a big-headed, typical Brazilian, really. Big-headed, good for about 2 or 3 years, then they burn out. They all do this. He's so typical of what they're like. I much prefer Willian to Neymar. Neymar, to me, he sort of gets, because he's so bloody greedy and he loves himself like there's no tomorrow, he will waste 4 opportunities. If he passed it or had a bit of vision and stuff and give it to somebody else who's in a good position, they would score 3 goals. But he would rather look good, cock it up 3 times and then score one. So actually, it doesn't benefit them, I don't think. Germany, what about Germany? That was a bit of a shame. If you're German, if you're English, woohoo, they're out. Lovely. They look absolutely useless. That to me today, there was Germany and South Korea, and I reckon a non-league club in England would beat the pair of them today. They were both hopeless, absolutely hopeless. The pair of them. Korea had, well, Korea couldn't pass from one person to another, and Germany, well, to me, it looked like the German bloke didn't even want to be there. It looked to me, there's something wrong in that German camp. They were shockingly bad. So I reckon some of these Americans, some of you Americans, when you have all these so-called World Series and stuff, when there's only Americans are in it, or you might invite Canada to a couple of the competitions. A World Cup is like the football, a World Cup. All the countries everywhere are in it. Proper thing, proper World Cup. Croatia will win for three reasons. We won 3-0 against Argentina. We got 9 points and third. Do you need another reason? Yep, because England will kick your ass all over the place. Who plays for Croatia? Croatia got good players actually, haven't they? You got Modric, who's brilliant. I think Modric is probably one of the finest players in the world. Absolutely brilliant, Modric, and he's been brilliant for at least 10 years, I would think. Yeah, Janko, I totally agree with that. I think maybe the footballers have become a bit more sort of turned out on a conveyor belt, like because they've all got this information with their diet and their fitness levels and what training you can cope with and what you can't cope with and that sort of stuff. It's they all turn out to be pretty much the same, don't they? I thought that the standard of football has actually gone down. It probably hasn't. It's probably gone up. But because they've all gone up, they all sort of cancel each other out, maybe. I like the VAR system. I think the VAR system has proved, it is a really really good thing. That VAR system, I think you probably get, well, you definitely getting more right decisions. That's for sure. And the VAR system at this World Cup seems to work a lot better than it does in the. I mean, I've only seen it in the English Premier League, but the VAR system in the Premier League seems to be. They're not giving out the right results, whereas they are. It's a much better thing, I think. Yeah, actually, tomorrow, I don't actually care if Belgium beat England. I'm not really that too fast. I hope England tomorrow play uh, all of the other players, give them all a run out. And I don't actually mind if we lose. I don't like losing very often, but tomorrow I wouldn't actually mind. But I think Belgium probably going to do the same thing. I would imagine both teams tomorrow will um, play a weakened team. So regardless, whether England beat Belgium 6-0 tomorrow or whether England only win 3-0 tomorrow, I don't think it's really going to make much difference because it's not really going to be relative, really, if we was to meet later on in the final, maybe. Because after all, if you look back on the history of the World Cups, quite often you'll find that there's a match in the first round in the group phase that is actually also the final. Can you list through cars? List through cars. What do you want to have a look at? I don't really fancy flicking through them all. What have I got? Ah, there she is, my little beaut, and that's my prediction for the final. 8-1 to England. These RSRs, they are all beautiful cars, aren't they? Every single RSR on this game is brilliant. No, I can't be bothered to go through all the cars, I really can't. If you want to look at particular whatever, I'm not going to go through 200 of them bloody things. Take forever. Check you get all of them. No chance. What do you want to have a look at? You want to look at any car? I'll go through McLaren's. Yeah, so tomorrow we've got England, Belgium, obviously that's one that it's a bit of a strange one tomorrow because it doesn't really matter whether whoever wins or loses, whatever, it makes no difference. I was wondering what that skyline, what skyline, Tylo? What skyline are you talking about? Mine or someone else's? This F1 I got from not Project Cars. What's the other one? Gran Turismo. Sometimes I see cars on Gran Turismo, I think, oh, I like that. Or Project Cars or whatever, and I'll do that. Yeah, so tomorrow it don't really matter. Was that a skyline? MP412. Yeah, I think that is about the worst McLaren in. You probably stop playing because the game becomes boring. This new update, I think the update's coming out either tonight or tomorrow night, isn't it? But it's I mean the new cars we're getting a few Mercedes. The 190, the old famous 190 by the look of it anyway, was a brilliant car obviously back in the day, but that's not going to be, you know, it's going to be rubbish in a game, and we all know it's going to be rubbish. The next one, the like the touring car or super tourers, whatever they call that one looks a brilliant game. And then brilliant car, sorry, that'll be a good car. And then you've got the I can't remember the number of it, the sports car 913 or something, I can't remember the name, but both of them are on Gran Turismo, and both of them are brilliant cars, so they'll be good. New York track, not interested in New York Formula E. In fact, I'm not even going to get any of these new Formula E's. I am never driving a Formula E ever again on this game. Them Formula E's, they are absolute shit. They should throw them away. They are absolutely boring. I don't play much either Tylo anymore. The game's totally too much, I think. I think it needs to. When's that? Back the bus up, Mr. Sam 90. When's Project Cars Go coming out? If that comes out, I'm definitely getting that. This Real Racing 3 has got too intense, too much of the same old, going round and round and round and round like a mouse on a wheel. And it's, you know, there doesn't seem to be any purpose to the game anymore. Yeah, they might do. I think it's one of them, you know, we all like collecting things, don't we? When you collect things, it don't matter whether it's cars on this game or, you know, stamps or football stickers or whatever you collect, makes no difference. But it's just the game's just become. I think the game's become boring, and that Formula E. I absolutely 100% despise Formula E, and there's no way I'm going to, with the gold I've got now, I could easily win all them, however many new Formula E cars there are. But do I want to? I don't even want to drive them. I don't. I don't even want to own them. They are, I've only come with this with, this game now has become just collecting the cars. It's not really anything else for me. But the Formula, that's so all I'll do is I do want them obviously, but I just don't want to drive them. So when the Formula E the new ones come out, I'm not even going to do the series or the event or whatever it is. I'm not going to do any of it. I'm just going to wait till they come on offer and then just buy them. I'm not going to do any of the series. If there's a race team event comes up and you need the new Formula E car, so be it. I'll just miss the race team event. I just absolutely hate the things. I think they're absolute crap. Can you show a new port? Who said about this? Where's this? Where's that Go thing? Is it Project Cars Go? Who was that? That was Sam, wasn't it? So what's this Project Cars Go? So I take it that's going to be. Oh yeah, I've got another one here. I want to tune the car. So yeah. What about the Project Car? What about the Project Car? This game needs. I think the game needs stopped and Real Racing 4 come out. This is just going round and round and round and round. I had a little list here which I did. I'll just the stuff on here that I would really like on the game. A lot of it for me is going to be about customising because there's customising options are. Oh, that pile of shit needs a service. Yeah, so on the customising, I think we should have, which would make it a lot better for me personally, would be lowercase letters, some different font options, so you can have, chunky ones or, just ones that when you want to replicate cars that are already, when you see pictures of cars and stuff, with some proper fonts you can do that a lot better. Or if you want to do, say, something like, Castrol logo, that sort of thing, you can do it in lowercase, and you can, proper, a few different fonts that that would match more closely with what the Castrol thing looks like, something like that anyway. Or even have real sponsors logos would be a good one. Another thing, a big thing for me, would be that you can gift cars or upgrades or customization packs to other players. That to me would be a really good thing, because I've got whatever I've got here. I'm not even looking at the thing in a minute. 192 million racing dollars. I can never spend any. Well, I can't spend it. It just gets higher and higher and higher. So if I had, say, if I was in a group, I'm not in a group, but say if I was in a group of, Real Racing 3 stuff, and someone's come along and they say, oh, I really want to get the next upgrade on the car, but it's like, whatever, $1 million racing dollars. I'll say, yeah, I'll buy it for you and gift it to them. That sort of thing. I think gifting would be a good thing. It's, there's lots of other games, but it's not in this. I don't really see why. And I'd bring in racing clubs into the game, so make that an integral part of it. So where you sort of log into Facebook or Google Plus. Google Plus is pointless because it's not compatible with the game anymore. Facebook I don't use, but where you get your race teams, if you go into a race team, you see other players' cars in your race team, and they will appear in your races. But if they brought in something like racing clubs, which was part of it, so if you're into customising, you join a customising racing club, but it's all integral part of the game. So if you're in, say, a group of, I don't know, say you're Argentinian, and you're in the Argentinian racing club, then all your friends on there, you know, you see all your mates from there. But you know, so it's a lot like a social login, but it's an integral part of the game, and it would be easy for them to set up, and they could do that. So, you know, so if you're into say weekly time trials, you join that group, or you know, if it's a say if you want to, you know, go on to OMP, because at the moment where I don't use Facebook and Google Plus doesn't work, um, I can't invite or join anybody on the OMP. Not that I want to do it anyway, but if I did want to do OMP, then I can't join anybody anyway because they don't appear on the friends list. Whereas if it was an integral part of the game, it would do. Obviously, Nordschleife everybody wants. I would like to see that come in the game. That'd be a good and be nice. Certainly make a change from Le Mans or anything, and it's at least twice as long anyway. Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, I would definitely bring that in. And I'd also bring in a few different types of racing. Scrub that Formula E. I mean, you might as well just grab them Formula E cars and chuck them straight over your shoulder. They are hopeless. Do some off-road racing, maybe a bit of rallying, autocrosses, where you can do, you know, drifting and that sort of stuff on the off track. I don't particularly like drifting, but when you're using it in part of like an autocross, where you're going across grass and gravel and stuff, so like Brands Hatch for argument's sake, where you come to the final bend, and a lot of people do cut across the grass there for endurance, or you know, just to be a second or two quicker. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on what setup you're driving, but that sort of thing. So that last corner, you could actually have a couple of little, actually have a cut across that corner, but have it in a bit of a zigzag with a few hay bales and that sort of stuff in there, but make it all gravel and stuff there, and that's part of the circuit. So it's like the Brands Hatch autocross, that sort of thing. Just to mix it up a little bit, I would quite like. Obviously, pit stops is another thing. Where you got a 10 lapper at Le Mans, if you have, say, you know, and have it sort of like the fuel, so you have to pit. You know, so you've got to use your head a little bit. So say like if you've got 10 laps at Le Mans, your car will do perhaps 6 laps. So you've got to pit at some point between lap 4 and lap 6, or you know, so you've got to use your head. So when's the right time to pit, and you know, especially if it's a closed one, you don't really know whether to pit or not. But you know, so strategy comes into it. That sort of thing would be really good. Just going back a cut. Can you show? Yeah, I tried Assoluto Racing. Didn't really like it much. I think this game really needs to be split anyway. I think they should bring Real Racing 4 out and have, where at the moment it is split. I mean, there's half of these cars in here that don't interest me whatsoever, and I'm sure everybody's pretty much the same. Whether, oh yeah, Discord. I have got a Discord. Yeah, I did set one up the other day, but I don't actually know how you work it, which isn't very good, is it? But I have got Discord, and if you go onto Discord and type in Real Racing Guru, I'm sure you will find me. But I've not made it sort of public or anything because I only set it up the other day. But I don't really, I mean, with Discord, because what I wanted to do really was to do these streams and then hopefully have you boys on here talking on the stream as well. I don't actually know how you do it. Yeah, that Discord, where's that? I'll see if I can find that Discord thing. I had it on, Right, it's there, but I'll see if I can find. Right, it says no one. Your games tab could be better. Discord, tailor it by expecting. Who you talk to? Right, friends. I obviously haven't got any because I don't actually have anybody. Right, so you can now add a friend with their Discord tag. I don't know anyone's Discord tag, but what I have heard about this is that you can talk to each other whilst you're on here, which sounds like a really good idea. When I stream, I could then have you join in with the talk about the game, or if I'm racing or doing customization or something. It's better than just chat. You can actually join in on the voice. But as I say, I don't really know how you work it. Unfortunately, I've sort of just set it up the other day. Just got an account, but I didn't. Oh, that's as far as I've got with it, to be honest. Games, quick little Discord can launch. Now I'll set this up on a computer, and I've also got it on the Discord app as well. Let's have a look at the chat. If anyone's said anything about how you work the thing or not. Right, you'll help me with that. Next up, have you tried Assoluto Racing? Yeah, I have tried Assoluto Racing. I didn't particularly like it very much. Do you know, with that Ronaldo, every time, for about the past year, I think to myself, that's it, he's past it now, he's no good no more. And he just keeps popping up with another goal, or another two, or another hat-trick. You actually, I suppose, everyone's different. So if you want to do Formula E, then great. But they can poke it as far as they can bleed and shove it as far as I'm concerned. I cannot stand Formula E. I just think it is just so boring. Cars make no noise, dude. I just don't like it. I just really resent it. I just don't like it at all. And it's funny how with the Le Mans, both Porsche and Audi didn't enter because they want to concentrate on Formula E. I can't ever see Formula E taking off. I just can't see it. I mean, when you go to watch car racing, if you go and watch Formula One, the thing that really gets the back of your, the hairs on the back of your neck and that standing up is the noise of the thing. And I'm sure, I've not been to NASCAR, but I'm sure NASCAR would be exactly the same thing. It would be the noise of the things thundering around the track. So the Formula E, where it makes no noise, and it just sounds so shit. I can't see it taking off. I really can't. What's the best Porsche? Yeah, see, that's what you're going to get with Formula E. You're going to get a horrible bloody. What are you going to get with Formula E? Nothing. It's just like an Hoover going round. S word? What? Shit? I thought the sound was alright. I thought the sound was meant to be pretty good today. Watch out, there's an eagle about. Heron and an eagle. I had a bit of a bird moment for a little bit for some unknown reason. Bit more plain and simple. Porsches are a good old car on this game, ain't they? There seems to be so many good Porsches. They're all good to drive. Don't get many of them to the pound, do you? I don't know if that'll even show up much on the. I don't think that'll show up much on the. Good number there. Look, 36C. Copied the Weissach package. One of your Porsches need a 2017, 2018 RSR liveries. Yeah, we've already got them, haven't we? I've done a couple the other day. I've done this thing the other day, this KFC one, as it's an easy thing to do. I thought I'd do that, and I'm not even sure what that logo on the back. I think this is the 2013 one. I think I've done that about 10 times now, at least 10 times. I suppose at least this way I can check if I've got any cars that need servicing. Not I found that horrid thing, that MP4X, whatever it was. This is the way they're going with these style, isn't it, on the RSRs? They're going with like just the odd line or odd like square patch and stuff. Jaguar F-Type SVR and Victory by Design. I don't actually know that one. I've got a music player thing on this tablet, and it scanned all the tablet for like any music you got on it, and there's so many music files for this game. It's unbelievable. You get you know, you V6, V8, V10, V12, acceleration, deceleration, going across gravel, grass. There's so many. It's unbelievable. You have to send your Discord tag. Right, so I have my Discord tag. How would I find my Discord tag? I'd have to find out what it is, I suppose, wouldn't I? Right, as adventure begins, let's add to a member. Right, invite people. Alright, so my tag, how would I do that? Set this link never to expire. Can't be. Right, so now, how do I do it? Message general. My this tool. Oh. Right. So who am I sending it to? Probably no one. Right. So on my Discord thing, I've just put that. Right. So my name on there should be Real Space Racing Space Guru. My Discord tag is right after discord.gg /RTBC big K little KF. So I don't know if I probably maybe should put that onto the stream whatever you call it, stream title or whatever after this is done maybe. I haven't got one on here. How comes that's not got nothing on it? Oh, it's got a pair of eyes. I thought it had nothing on that. That looks quite plain, doesn't it? Haha, this one. This one was funny. I was having I joined this race team a few months ago, and he said, "Do us just a vinyl one, something or other," and I've done this, and he didn't understand what it was. Can you guess? A stripper. He didn't have a clue what it was. Maybe you don't know, but I done a stripper. I was meant to take that off. I should have took that off really, but I forgot all about that till I just saw that again. So I think this game is wonderful while you're still collecting all the cars. It's brilliant, but once you've got them all, it's like all bit of an anticlimax. Oh, it is a Porsche. I wonder if that wasn't even a Porsche mix. I thought it might be the wrong car. Not really sure what I did that for. It's funny how some of these customisations you do and you think, I don't even know why I've done that. It just seems to be a bit weird, some of them. I mean, that really, for a team like Porsche, it's not much of a, I mean, it's not much of a vinyl job, is it? I mean, how long would that have taken to have done? About 10 minutes. Even with my skills, I could have done that in about 10 minutes. It's not exactly very fancy, is it? No, Nissan. What we got Nissan wise? Now this thing, I've done this bloody car about 50 times. I never know what to do with this car. This car just looks rubbish. No matter whatever you do with it, it just looks dreadful. It's just one of them cars that's just pretty crap, really. That one I think has been. I think this one I've what was that? Statue of Liberty? Oh no, some bird on a. Some bird having a relax by the look of it. I don't really remember even doing that. I used to have the Paul Walker like everybody else had on this car, but I changed it to something a bit plainer. Quite sometimes people do want to look at the cars. I mean, you do get ideas off of other people. When I do it, the same as anyone else does. Look at other people's cars. You might not actually like what they've done, but you might think to yourself, "Oh, that's a good little curve," or that I want something like that. Not that that particular one, but if there's something, it just gives you ideas for your own cars, really. Now these are brilliant cars. You don't, I mean that sort of thing. That little bit on the roof there. I mean that sort of. I mean you'd never notice that, do you? As a car goes along there, you don't notice that. But little bits like that is what I like about it, and I like the fact that because I had the Maplethorpe on the back. Shut up, Poxy, yappy bloody thing. I wanted the colours to be similar colours to that Maplethorpe, so finding the colour similar to that. I mean, I do like things that not symmetrical, but things that go. Yeah, new track, poke it right up as far as you can get it. New York, load of bullshit. Not interested in New York whatsoever. New York driving in Formula E things. Rather gouge my eyes out. I suppose if if you're not that far into the game, then no. Thing is, when you get a new track and new cars and stuff, but the thing is, you'll get in it anyway. As you go through the career, you will open up new tracks, new cars anyway. But I just get just a bit bored of it, really. Oh, and I've spent some time on this bloody uh, customising cars. I think I've probably spent more time customising. If you look at my driving level is only about 460 something. Whereas a lot of other people are driver level 1,000 or whatever. And if you don't like it, piss off. Simple as. Not a problem. Bull crap. Ta-da. Yeah, you're right. That R3 spec is a brilliant car. Is that the end of the? That's the end of this. Oh, I didn't want to do that, did I?